Hey there, this is Steve Horseman again with Good Guys to Great Men. There's a very truly mean energy behind contempt. It has a mocking, disrespectful, ridiculing, condescending, belittling, mimicking, eye-rolling energy behind it. It's fueled by long-term simmering over thoughts that you have in your head. Contempt is the worst because it feels like hate. And as you know, hate is the opposite of love. And every time you do something contemptuous, it's going to create even more feelings of hate. Also, contempt can come from a place of superiority. If she is acting with contempt or you are, it tends to make you put yourself on a pedestal and look down at another person because it makes you feel like you're more righteous or more superior. One thing I want to talk about what contempt is not, just to help make it clear. When you or she is in a bad mood, if she rejects your advance for a hug or a kiss or even sex, that isn't contempt. A complaint, right? Just venting, just a rant about a bad day, just bad energy, dark clouds, that kind of stuff is not contempt. Contempt is intentional. It comes with the intent to hurt. It's not the smaller stuff like complaining and whining and venting. Most contemptuous acts come from a place of fear. This is what I want you to know about all of these things, whether it's criticism, defensiveness, stonewalling, or contempt itself. It comes from a place of fear. When people do these things, including you, it's coming from a place of fear, an inner wound that you have that is making you do this. It sounds pretty hateful. I have something here in front of me. I'll read what contempt sounds like when a woman is giving a man contempt. In this case, he came home from work and he didn't help out and he sat on the couch. And so what she said was, "You're tired. Cry me a river. I've been with the kids all day running around like mad to keep this house going. And all you do when you come home from work is flop down on that sofa like a little boy and you play those idiotic computer games. I don't have time to deal with another kid. Try to be more pathetic, won't you?" That's pretty bad, right? I've heard a lot worse than that, but that's contempt. That's contempt. Yes, she's pissed. Yes, she's tired. Yes, she's been working hard. Yes, she has a headache. Yes, she has a lot going on, a lot of reason to feel tired and exhausted and in a bad mood. But to project that type of mean-spirited hatred toward you in contemptuous language like this, calling you a little boy, calling you pathetic, all those kind of things, that is contempt. Think about how you might have done it back to her. In my experience, married 28 years, I can think of all kinds of contemptuous things that I did, especially when it came to what I used to call intellectual warfare, when I used to try to make her feel stupid and insidiously try to insult her intelligence, be condescending and belittling and mocking, that kind of stuff. I hate to admit on camera that I was like that, but I can go back and hear some of the crap I did, and I am not proud of it. But if only somebody would have told me then. How does it sound? So I just talked about what's it sound. How does contempt poison a relationship? I probably shouldn't have to explain this because you already know. It creates a total lack of emotional safety. Just like that thing I read, you will never feel safe to enter your home again and sit down or watch TV or play a video game without fear of being totally emasculated, totally attacked. Contempt creates a lack of emotional safety, which is another one of those foundations of a good relationship. It erodes trust in each other. You just come to expect the worst from each other. It creates a repelling, I call it repulsion, a repelling energy between the two. You can't even get close to each other, which creates more distance and more distance. Contempt breeds more contempt. The more contemptuous you are toward her, the more she's going to be to you, and vice versa. So how can you change a cycle of contempt? Again, just like the last 3 videos, this is for men. This is for you to decide that you always have the choice to decide your response. Your feelings come from your thoughts. And your thoughts come from how you've already premeditatedly chose to respond to pressure. So in this video, when next time you feel attacked or somehow mocked or ridiculed, I want you to think now how you're going to think about it. Know that it's coming from fear. Know that it's coming from frustration. Know that it's coming from a part of her that isn't trying to hurt you. It's trying to somehow build herself up or protect her. It's not about you. When you feel contempt coming at you, you have to just stop. You have to identify it. Call it out as contempt. If something horrible is said to you, say, you know, that was really horrible. That was really mean. That was uncalled for. That's what they call contempt. We got to stop this. And you have to be consistent. If you've been doing this work, you have not been doing contemptuous things. You're looking at yourself. You're looking at how you've been showing up. And the best way to stop contempt in your relationship is to be the one that stops it first, permanently, consistently. You do not screw up, and you hold yourself accountable to a higher level. You have to stand up for what you want by being what you want. And if you want any chance at reversing the downward spiral, going into separation and divorce and creating something new, a version 2.0 of your relationship, it has to start with you. You have to decide that you're going to be the change that you want to experience. I know that's an old cliche said by Gandhi or somebody, but we have to do that. We can't sit around and be the victim and say, well, she's been critical, she's been defensive, she's been stonewalling me, and she's been contemptuous. Of course, that's how kids talk. But when we grow up into men, we get the choice to grab our balls and take control and be the master of our own emotional world. And so with contempt, what I want you to do is to start hearing yourself and catching yourself before you go there. If it's coming at you, stand strong, call it out, tell her what you expect, and then own your stuff, own your stuff. I will see you next week with another video. Take care. Bye-bye.